Thank you for coming here.
No problem, man.
Corey,
No problem.
Where are you coming from, Corey? What's going on over here?
Where I'm coming from?
Corey might be the most hip-looking guy here, right?
I don't know. What I know is that everyone was, you have to bring this guy here to the podcast. You have to bring this guy here to the podcast. So tell me, Corey, why? Everyone wants you here in this podcast.
I have no idea.
What's
no
your story?
idea. Well, hey, listen, man, I'm hanging out with you guys. You know what I mean?
Did you just sneak in the back, Corey?
No. I mean, hey, listen, I can't jump fences, right? So I can't go through the back route.
So you're a real estate agent, Corey?
Well, yeah, I've been in real estate 28 years.
All right.
And now I'm fading out of real estate as I knock on 30 years in being in real estate.
Okay, why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I'm in speaking right now, so I do a lot of speaking, as you can see.
Motivational stuff.
Yeah. As you see, I walk on 2 canes, right?
I like it.
So I'm paralyzed from the knees down.
Are you really?
Yeah. Haven't wiggled my toes in 30 years.
Tell me that story. What happened?
So I got shot. I got shot at the age of 17.
Oh, shit.
You know, it was an accidental gunshot. Born and raised in Detroit. You know, long story short.
Tough city.
Hey, man.
But I love D-Town.
Yeah, that's it, man. Hey, love it, man.
I love D-Town. I'm a Midwest guy, so
What is that again?
You know, I'm a Midwest guy myself.
Got it. Where you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh,
so,
okay, Ohio. Nice. What part?
OH, baby.
Oh, Lord. Man, thank God you're on the side of the table over there.
The table.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm Michigan guy.
So you're down here permanently now?
Yeah, I've been down in South Florida since 08.
Okay.
You know, checked out of Detroit back in 2008 after the market tanked.
So you're slinging real estate up there?
Oh yeah, slinging a lot of houses, and you know, market tanked, and I needed a reset in my life after following Chapter 7. You know.
Oh shit. Okay.
You know.
Did this incident happen to you up in D-Town?
Yeah. That happened back in 1993.
Okay.
So it's been 30 years after my injury, and man, I'm been slinging a lot of real estate over my career.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up some adversity in your life, because one of the topics that we're trying to tie in here to the Cinco de Mayo, obviously everybody's celebrating and having a great time.
Right.
But really the theme of Cinco de Mayo is about adversity. It's about the battle between Mexico and France and overcoming adversity.
Right.
And so what you just hit on was a central nerve. So tell us a little bit more about that. What's your drive? Obviously this was a big moment in your life.
Yeah, you know, it's good. So, I just wrote a book. It's called 29 Years Later.
Love that.
29 years after my injury, and coming from Detroit and going through, being paralyzed and pushed through many times of adversity. It has never stopped me becoming the top 5th real estate agent in the world, right?
That's cool.
So,
man.
2000.
The top?
Top 5th in the world.
15. Okay.
Yeah, number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Top 5 in the
right?
Cinco.
Top
Oh my
5.
gosh, let's celebrate today.
So that was an amazing award in 2016 that I got.
Amazing. And who bestowed that upon you? Where did that come from?
Well, it came from numbers, right?
Okay.
So I'm with Keller Williams Realty.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good plug. Shout out to Keller.
Yeah. Number 1 real estate company in the world by agent count. And
love it.
Listen, not bad.
You wrote your book after this or before this? Your book?
No, my book just came out. It came out 6 months ago.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's the name of the book, and how can we find them?
Yeah, it's called 29 Years Later. Yeah,
29 years later, guys, if you want to search this book.
You know one thing I don't like about you already is that you're the top 5th real estate agent in the world.
Yeah.
And
I was now.
And you have less wrinkles than I do. So I'm not really very happy about this.
Well, they have a joke for black folks like myself. Black don't crack. You know that, right? You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Awesome.
I work with Dr. E.T. His name is Eric Thomas. He's my
respect to E.T.
Yeah, E.T. He
listen to him every morning.
He wrote my foreword to my book.
Awesome.
So I do a lot of motivation with E.T. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
what is all about?
Some important people. Some important table.
What types of what I would say besides the motivation, right? The motivation is very strong, but what you can teach people through your book, and through your life experience that you think is extremely important.
It's resilience, guys. You know what I mean? And at the same time, it's mindset, right?
Okay.
pushing through times of adversity. I always say, there's 3 cycles of life, which is adversity. Either A, you're in it, right? You're in the middle of it. You don't know what to do. Something happened to you. Or B, you're coming out of adversity, right? Or C, you're going right back into it.
Okay.
So that's the overall cycle of life, right?
Do you think that you've learned more from pain than pleasure?
Yeah, I mean, every single pain point in my life I've learned.
It seems to be a motivator for you.
Yeah. I've had a lot of different falls in my life. Besides my injury, financially. Divorce.
Right.
I have a beautiful wife now. She's floating around here somewhere now. But listen, every single fall that I've had, I've learned, and guess what, guys? I have 0 regrets.
So take me back.
Yeah.
I mean, before your incident, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're just you.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
you don't have something to fall back on, what happened to you to really kind of carry you to the next level.
Right.
And so, like I said, I sense that you seem to have a lot of motivation from the challenges you had in your life.
Right.
So now you're this agent. What is a trait that you're seeing in yourself that maybe these other agents can tap into that really took you to the next level?
Well, at the end of the day, it's mindset, right? 0 complaints. There's no room for complaints. There's no excuses.
I like that.
Hey, listen, man.
There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, listen. I tell agents now. Listen, if a guy like myself walking around on 2 canes that had sold hundreds of houses in 1 year, listen, man. It's a hell of a lot easier for you to do. If Corey Edwards can do it, it's a lot easier for you to do.
I love that.
So yeah. So that's what I'm about.
But you put work to do this and to have this mindset right now, right? It's not as easy for everyone like it is right now for you, and probably you have your ups and downs throughout your life as well. I'm pretty sure that one day you had I don't have the right mindset, and you can remember this. What? Give me a little bit. One day that you didn't have the right mindset, and how you did to overcome this. What was your exit of this?
Great question. So I always go by the life meaning of life can be a lot worse, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So in my book, I give you a little snapshot. After my injury, I was in the hospital for 3 months. Paralyzed, right? Doctors told me I'd never walk again. Hundreds of doctors, and I had 2 roommates at that point in time that were, they had spinal cord injuries. But guess what? They were quadriplegics, right? We had one guy at that, we were the same age, 17, 18 years old. He got shot in the neck, right? And the other guy, he was in his mid-50s. He was in a horrific car accident, right? And he was a quadriplegic. And here I am, I'm in the middle of this room between 2 quadriplegics, right? And I became grateful that I lost 50% of my body. Does that make sense? So going.
Okay, I got it. Let me ask you this, because I got this and I'm very interested. Perspective.
Right.
I think the right word would be perspective.
Right.
Always put things into a perspective. So eventually when you're in a wrong mindset, you can put yourself into perspective. It's what you did there.
Right.
So it can put you in the right mindset, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. And even, sometimes I have challenges, right? You know what I mean? And do I beat myself up here and there periodically? I do, but guess what? I slap myself in the face, and I go back to what I've been through and what I see in real life with other people. And
nobody cares as much as you.
Absolutely. You're not pushed through those times, man. So listen, I have no complaints.
Okay, guys. Yeah. So something that we do here, we ask you to, remember someone, someone that was extremely, because the battle of Cinco de Mayo, right? You need to support people, and this battle was like the people of the village. They put themselves together, right? And they face this overwhelming army.
It's a big, deep meaning behind Cinco de Mayo.
I would like you to think about who would be this person that you have in your mind as a support in your life that help you to.
Something tells me you have a long history, a long list.
Absolutely, listen, man. Listen, I have 4 kids.
Do you really?
Yeah, 4 kids.
What's your youngest? What's your oldest?
I have 2 in college, right?
Awesome.
They're getting ready to graduate. One at SMU in Dallas. Have another one in Miami. About to graduate, both of them. Then we have 2 at home that are 10 and 11.
Nice.
But he mentioned, who I look for support, which is my parents, right? My parents are, my parents are 82 and 83 years old, and what I've been through, or it's nothing compared to what they've been through. You know, my parents had a total of 7 kids, and there's only 3 of us left. Right?
Wow.
My mother lost 3 kids in a car accident. Right? And she survived. So we talk about support. We talk about comparing yourself to others.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you have that idea of comparing yourself to others, listen, man, you'll be like, oh my God, my life isn't that bad.
I got a great
perspective, right? Perspective.
I have a question for you,
Yeah.
and you might be the perfect person to ask this to.
Right.
Because every story you have has an incident in their life that just is like mind-blowing to most people out there.
Right.
So what about a person out there that right now that doesn't have that kind of change in life moment that impacts them, not to say in a negative way, but it was something that, you know, unfortunately happened. That then your parents had to get it all together because they had surviving kids that they had to be a role model to.
Right.
You went through something where you were injured, and then you had to be a role model to your family and to yourself and go through.
Right.
But you know, not everybody else out there has that. How do you speak to people like that?
So I speak to people like that all the time, and it's our environment is who we are, who we become, right? Who I hang out with, you know, my influence or my environment, my boys or my girls or my wife, or who we surround ourselves make us who we become, right? So if you're in that stage of adversity, where if you're going through that hardship in life, listen, and you're around the naysayers or you can't do this, you got to change the game.
Surround yourself with the right people.
You got to fire your crowd in order to get a better crowd, and I can guarantee you there's going to be a better crowd that's out there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So we always like to end this by, we talked about somebody you'd like to give a shout out to that's standing right behind you right now, that's right in your corner right now, that's making things happen for you.
Right.
Who would you like to give that shout out to?
Oh man, my wife, man. That's my queen. You know
What's her name? What's her name?
Heather Edwards. She's around here somewhere.
Heather Edwards.
I got my wife here too. You got to introduce the girls.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
100%.
What's next going on in your life?
Listen, man. I'm retiring. You know what I mean? I made the billboards. And, you know, I'm here to coach and help, but most importantly, I'm here to rock the mic on stages.
And you're local.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
We'd love to have you on the show sometime and really dive deep into your life.
100%, man. No doubt, bro.
Respect for you jumping on here.
Much love, man.
Corey, how can you find you, Blaine? How can you find you and find your
book?
book?
You go to my website, 29yearslater.com.
And the book again?
29yearslater.com. You go to the website,
29yearslater.com, guys. So find him. Amazing story to be shared, to be inspired.
No doubt.
Thanks so much for
coming, bro.
So a shout out to the Captain Painters. Now, the Captain Painters I have had the pleasure of working with for the last 3 years. And you know, not only what I love about them, not only obviously they do painting, but they also do a lot of interior renovation work as well too. And the unique proposition that the Captain Painters really, I think, that they instill in the client side of the business is that they treat your home, and it's a kind of a tagline that they've developed, like a temple. And to me, I think that adds a lot of culture to their personality, because when you get a normal tradesperson that kind of comes in there, they're there to do the job and not really, in a sense, service the client. And when you talk about interiors, you're talking about customization, you're talking about design. And I really feel very comfortable when I recommend them to a job, because they really come in there and they look at the big picture, not just the job itself.